Oh, it's yourselves. How are you? Welcome to another video. This is the PD Racing TK10 EXB. So you may have seen the TK10 quite a lot of other places on YouTube. This is a fully sponsored video. It's my very first one. I contacted PD Racing and politely begged for the chance to review something like this. They duly obliged, which is very nice of them, so thank you PD Racing. However, it could be my last PD Racing review for you, because regardless of if it's sponsored or not, if I've used my own money or not, I would rather be honest with you, because that's what you're coming back for. This is also sold as the Red Cat Valkyrie over in the States. You can get one of these for right about the £300 mark. There's a couple of websites in the UK that do sell them, and you can get them from Banggood and AliExpress, places like that, but they are a little bit more expensive if you go there. So shop at home. Let's get into this box, see what's inside it, and we'll do some more chatting about it. Not a lot of gear in the box, to be honest. I've got our instruction manual, but we'll take a check of the transmitter first. It does look a little bit bashed, so let's have a look. Now you are going to need your usual AA's for this, and also you're going to have to provide your own batteries as well. It will run 2S, 3S and 4S. I believe it's an XT60 connector on it as well, but we'll check that when we get to the truck itself. So that doesn't feel too bad, to be honest. I was expecting the worst with it not being premium brand, but that's quite nicely in the hand. Dinky little thumbs there. I'm probably going to struggle to drive that with the one hand. Possibly 4 lights here. Got our other channels. Power button on the top. You've got your throttle ratio buttons there, and also like your reversals on there. And then on this side, you've got your steering rate, steering trim, and your throttle trim. I'm not too sure what this GR button does, but I will possibly talk about that when we're driving it. Standard instruction manual. I can clearly read that, but I will scout that later on. I think we'll look at that with like a little pairing key, possibly, if you lose the binding between your receiver and your transmitter. I've also got a nice chunky wheel hex there. Another possible connection if you are losing it. I don't know if this has actually got any lights, to be honest. It looks like we've got possibly a little speed pinion in here. Hello. Guess what's going to go in there. But there are no Allen keys, which is mildly disappointing. So if you are expecting to have any kind of crashes or need to fix it, just make sure that you have got your own Allen keys. That's a big boy. Right, gee, that is a heavy, heavy truck. Okay, look at the size of the wheels on that. Right, that is a very big 110 scale. If you have any kind of experience in this game, those are some big, big wheels. Now, we will get the shell off. I'll give you a little peel and reveal, and we'll have a look at what's underneath there. Now, as trucks go, that isn't too shabby looking at. Very possibly a Chevy C10. Correct me in the comments if I might be wrong with that one. But I had held hopes out that I was going to get a green one. But Junior is quite happy with that black and pink. And it does actually look pretty nice, to be honest. Before we even get under the shell, it does feel very, very substantial. I'm not going to lie. That is not too bad. Sometimes if you do get your Chinese stuff, they can be quite flimsy, but that doesn't feel too bad. We're going for the post and pins attachment here. Front and rear. Bit of a wibbly wobbly roll cage at the back there. Skid plates on the top. the plastic feels okay. I think obviously that's going to need to have a bit of flex in it, which is all good. Don't want it too rigid. Spinning that round. That is a hefty wheelie bar. So for what you're getting, this is quite a lot of truck for your money. So that's not bad. So let's just get this shell off and we'll have a look underneath. Looking then at our motor, I believe it's a 2950 kV on this one. 120 amp ESC here. Very clean and tidy inside, a decent sized battery tray, obviously some decent sized battery straps. I quite like this though. We've got quite a nice big lip round there. So we're not going to get all manner of dirt and guff. Inside here, full metal drivetrain. Yeah, XT60 connectors on that one. So it might not have a lot of top end speed, but I believe this might have quite a lot of punch. Certainly on 4S. Not too sure about 3S, but what we'll do is we'll get this out, we'll run it 3S and 4S, see what it's like. So we've talked about the motor. So yeah, full metal drivetrain, and look at the size of those big bore shocks. They're massive. Now, oh, that feels quite good actually. Now this is a heavy boy. I don't know what the weight is. I will put that up on the screen for you. We'll get that covered, but the size of the drive shafts, full metal. So you've got your front CBDs, all good there. It looks like we've just got like a single wishbone at the bottom and a single arm at the front, and it's the same setup at the rear as well. Foamy tyres, but so I don't think they're maybe belted. I don't know yet, but we'll see what kind of ballooning we'll get here. But I'm just astounded at how big those shocks are. We're looking at kind of, if you have one of Mojave 4S sort of size, they are very, very big. Maybe not as long, but there's some size of shocks on there. Popping that round. It's the same at the back really. Nice, oh, quite a lot of, well, not spring I was going to say, but there's quite a lot of damp in there. That's pretty decent. Nice big centre strut brace in the middle, keep that nice and strong. But yeah, those tyres are absolutely massive. And just to give you a bit of scale, I'm going to bring in another 1/10 and we'll put them side by side, and you'll just get to see how big this is in comparison to what you would assume to be like a normal 1/10 scale. If you follow the channel, you know that this is my baby. I'm an absolute shelf queen because I'm a massive Bigfoot perv. And I'm going to show you now just the difference in size. And they're both 1/10. Look at the size of the PD Racing. It is, like I say, a big heavy boy. And we're hopefully going to get some good footage with it. But yeah, there you go. A lot longer, and that's way wider in the track as well. So this could be very, very stable. Actually, thinking of stability, this also has an inbuilt gyro, so that should make things a lot easier. And that could be what the other button is on the controller. But man, I'll keep saying it, yeah. All right, okay, they've sent me it for free, but I'm very impressed so far. I don't know how it's going to drive, but looking at the size of the parts and how sort of sturdy it looks, this could take a bit of a kick in and still keep going. And like I say, that is what you're looking at there. You're getting a lot of truck for your money. So I'm going to stop waffling. I'm actually really looking forward to getting this out and seeing what it's capable of. So let's go.
How come you always get to do all the driving and the talking? We all know that the girls know that I'm the eye candy on this channel.
Whoa, settle down here. I think you maybe need to watch what you're talking about here, because we all know the ladies love dads, all right?
Yeah,
so what
totally.
Hey, ow! Hey,
take that, you...
Hey, stop it!
Hey everyone.
Hi. We're here. What we're going to be doing is we've got a 75-metre drag race because somebody wants to drive stuff. We've just had a chat about that off camera. So we're going to have Max driving it over 75 metres. We're going to be running it on 4S. So we're hopefully going to get a bit of pep from it. We're hopefully going to get a good time, and then we're going to throw up those times on the board, and we'll see where it comes and if it can possibly knock the UDI-RC Sierra off the top spot. So we're going to cut to it now. Enjoy. First on a 4S. 3, 2, 1, go! Second run. 3, 2, 1, go! Three, two, one, go!
So we're at our not so secret RC spot. Every time when I come here, they've changed it, and yeah. So if you think my driving's terrible, please don't judge me. I haven't been here in ages. Anyway, so see this car. Oh, I'm at 50, aren't I? So, oh, yeah, double.
Okay, Dad.
I've got 75 for now, saving that. Oh, there you go, you beauty. See, for a second I thought I binned it. See this? It just feels really nice, like just across the, like, how soft this, like, kind of like fibre kind of ground is. Well, not fibre, but I'm trying to think of a word to describe it. And it just feels like really nice to just like spin it, have a wee blast with it. See, it's quite a squeaky thing. I don't know if you can hear it as bad as me. Oh, that was actually quite cool. Surprisingly, I think it can hit like a. I think if I hit like a bad jump, it'll take a hitting. Oh, never mind. I'm just having a. I think this is like a great, like if you're just like an adult and you're just chill and you like to like muck about with yourself, like love RC cars. I think this is the perfect RC car for you, because oh, bend it, haven't I? And I think it's just a really, really good RC car. And I really enjoy this. The one problem that, the one problem that I really badly have with this is the body pins. Oh my days! It is so hard to pull them out. See, when you pull the first one out, it's like hallelujah. Like, it's so hard to pull these out. So what I do, well, my dad taught me it like 30 minutes ago, that when you're pulling out the body pins, you just get, like, when you pull out one, you just lift the body pin up, and then you just kind of like put one of the body pins inside another body pin, and then you kind of just pull, and it's dead easy. So that's kind of how you solve it. So basically what I'm trying to say is that who made this car? PD Racing. I've got to say, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Cause this is a really good RC car. I'm not being biased or anything, but like, I know it's an RC channel. Like, most of the time we're saying it's good and stuff. But I'm not being biased, like, this is actually a really good RC car. Like, it's a bit of a squeaker, like a screamer or squealer or whatever you want to call it. By the way, this is so foggy. There it is. I kind of lost it for a second there. I'm rumbling in this JCB. As soon as I saw that JCB, that just came into my head. And yeah, I'd say this is a really good RC car. I like it. I think it's a really good RC car. Not being biased, TK10 PD Racing knows what they're doing. I'll give you a thumbs up for that. And yeah, I think that this is just really fun to just have a wee thingy about. Don't be stupid with it or anything, and I've just binned it. Yeah, there ain't no coming back for this. I think this is like a really good RC car. This will have to deal with a power washer when we come home. And yeah, I really enjoyed this RC car. Don't know about. And if you ever have one of these, get which colour's your favourite. Either get green and black or pink and black. Me personally, I'm not weird or anything. I like the pink and black one. I think it's really nice. And if you've seen past our couple of videos, the colours that we're normally getting is green and black. Because the Omni Terminator, the Sierra, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's nice for a change. Oh, and the Quake, couldn't forget about that. Everything's black and green nowadays. Where's that? Oh, there it is. So yeah, that's what I personally think, and the good part about this RC car.
Right, so Junior's had his say, so it's now time for the grown-ups to have a shot at the toys. Yep, he's probably mentioned there that we don't want to be too biased because, yep, PD Racing did supply this to us. So there is an issue with the servo already. We only ran it those 3 times, and the servo itself seems to want to be jiggled, well, basically wants to jiggle about. Don't know what has upset it. It's almost like there's a bit of an issue between the transmitter and the receiver. Now, that is a negative point. Now, I was expecting with this being such a low kV motor that there wouldn't be a lot of punch, but as you can see, those tyres are ballooning quite a lot. So you're getting a lot of low end punch, but not a lot of high end speed. Now, I haven't put the larger pinion in this yet, and I don't plan on doing that possibly until another video. So let's just keep it bone stock just now. But there isn't a lot of traction roll, which is good, and I know we're not getting a lot of traction roll because it's got such a wide stance, and let's say it's almost like it's overcompensating with those massive wheels, big chunky tyres, and the size of those shocks, which are enormous. I didn't do I didn't do a little drop test, but they seem to be tuned very, very well. Not a lot of spring back on them. I didn't get any sort of chassis slap, but hadn't dropped it from a massive height. So I think we'll get a true reflection of how well the shocks do work when we take it for a spin round the skate park. And it'll also be, as you know, the usual kind of durability test and how much of a kick in this thing can take when it's getting sent off the jumps. I think it's going to be a bit of a backflip machine because you've seen there it's like the wheel speed's very, very good. The wheels are very big. It is heavy, and I think with the size of the wheels we're probably going to get a decent backflip out of it, to be fair. Throttle control, brake control out of the box. The brake is a little bit weak. Throttle response really good, and it seems to just want to go, which is good. So yeah, I think with Junior's input and my input, I think that's me said enough. Well, maybe about the transmission. It is quite a noisy transmission, as you can hear there. Full metal transmission actually. Front and rear diff on there, and we've got that centre part in the middle. But your centre drive shaft. It has got 2 braces as well, I've noticed. I'm using the Carnegie battery, quite a big 4S actually, so that was a bit of a tight squeeze, I must admit. But you could probably get maybe a shorty 4S, which will fit in there a wee bit better. And I really think It can do 3, 2, 3 and 4S. But I think you're going to get more out of this when you are running 4S. Gyro, I've got that still on 3. I haven't cranked that way up. So what I'm going to do is, just for the purposes of the camera, why are you creeping? Very strange. And what we'll do is I'm going to just... Oh, I had the throttle trim up there. Right. So let me see, what was that on? Right, so this is the gyro on 1. Oh, and I think we've just hit low voltage cutoff. Apologies for the poor sound quality. Just been editing up till now. I didn't get footage of why the TK10 had stopped up at the quarry. Took the shell off and it was time just to head back, so I didn't show you at the material time as to what was going on. But this happened. Yeah, this became so hot. The battery was roasting. The motor, wow, it was scary hot. So I know that, like, obviously the fine dust probably doesn't help the situation, but 4S battery, quite a big one there. You can use that adjustable tray. I don't even know if that would be enough to have that battery sitting flush. But running that, as you saw, Junior had it on 75 and then possibly up to 100. So we'd ran it for maybe 8 to 9 minutes, as you would do an RC car, and there you go. So that is completely... This, at the time, was soft and pliable. It has obviously pulled some connectors out of my XT60, so that's an EC5 to an XT60, and it had completely melted that. So let me know in the comments if there is a way that I can stop this from overheating so badly. I mean, look at the fans, decent size. However, still, it was very, very hot. So that's definitely a negative point for the car. But next time you see it, all will be good. It is going to be on 3S because I don't want to ruin another connector. And we'll see how it does on 3S at the skate park. This video is proudly sponsored by Hobby King. Using my code FaRCyde at the Hobby King website, you will get yourself a 5% discount on any number of batteries that Hobby King can offer. Check out the description in the video for your code and get yourself a little discount on some top-notch batteries. Post 4S meltdown, here we are, back at Young Skate Park with the noisy TK10 EXB. So the norm is that I'll usually do some onboard footage and things like that before I get out, stick a camera on my forehead and look like a mentalist while I'm doing this. But I realised when we were up at the quarry, it was 75% at 4S, and it's still absolutely destroyed the adapter, the motor in ESC. You literally could have fried an egg on. Not that I'm one for hyperbole, but yeah. I didn't even get a chance to turn around and check out the gyro, so that was at its lowest setting, and it seems to be fine. I'm not too sure if the gyro is going to come into play when there's less, obviously, well, when there's less traction. But This seems to be absolutely fine. I got a couple of traction rolls out of it, which was surprising just with the size of the track on it. But, short of the noise, the suspension is tuned magnificently. Again, you're going to always get chassis slap with something this weight and this size. And if you're going for stupidly massive sends, yeah, you're going to get chassis slap. And if you land it really badly like that, but let's have a wee look here. Now, I think we're just kind of getting a bit of rattle off the body there. And the minimum of chassis slap. So, I think, mechanically, PD Racing have made something very, very good. Electronically though, they maybe need to have a wee look at possibly going for some better, probably a better ESC I would think, maybe with a higher amp. If I'm talking absolute codswallop, then go and let me know in the comments. And I will know for the next video, because in this game you don't make mistakes, you create learning experiences. But back to this though, this is pretty good. Now, bog standard is that, you know what, see if it puts a smile on your face, then it's doing a good thing. And there you go there, that's about a, maybe a 5 foot drop. And I was saying about how good that suspension is. Now, I'm going to try and go for that again, and there was no chassis slap. So let's see. So yes, big up yourselves at PD Racing. Also noticed that I don't know why, whether or not it was because the ESC was having literally a meltdown. The issue with the servo is no longer there. I have got, we're looking at kind of full up on the steering rate, and it is doing a good job. So what we're going to do now, we'll have a wee look and see if this thing can backflip on 3S. Right. Slow in. Well, that appears to have absolutely smashed that. So I'm kind of thinking, like, you're getting some good height there. Let's see if we can go for a wee transition and try not to bend this, because I do like it. Like, no bother at all. Right, so it's done that tranny, no problem. Go for the other way. Bang. Obviously you're going to get chassis slap. That was easily about 20 foot. But still going. Try a front flip now. Yeah. Like I was saying about that brake, it's quite weak. So I may have to, I've got a program card at home. So I might have to go and incorporate that, and it is a hobby wing one, so it's probably not going to work out very well. But I'll tell you what, and I will say it again, I know I've told you that this video is sponsored, and everybody says, oh, you're always going to have bias if it has been sponsored, but I am genuinely impressed. Well, not with my driving, but it looks good. Like, the suspension setup is incredible. Short of, again, my terrible driving, as I'll always tell you, short of that, and did I say the ESC there? I can't remember. But I think PD Racing have absolutely done a really, really good job of this. Right, go again. So, you know, for 300 quid? So for 300 quid, you could probably get some other 110 scale stuff that might have more premium branding than this. But, oh, jeez, oh, right. It could be the case that you maybe like the look of it. Because I know I do. It has got the looks Again, that's just because I'm an old man. And these kind of old school pickups were a big part of my youth on watching movies and stuff. I think it absolutely looks stunning. Would have been better having the green one, thanks PD Racing. But it looks spot on with that black and pink. Everything looks kind of a good proportion. And as you can see, it'll just backflip, no problem, on the 3S. Will it be not even cogging either? I was expecting a little bit of cogging there. But this could be something that, you know, if you are looking for something to do with the kids, chuck a 2S in it. Might not be able to throw it about a skate park as much. But then once the kids have had a shot, you can then go fire a 3S in it. Not absolutely cook the motor in ESC. And have a blast with it yourself while they're crying at you, saying they want a shot. So well done, PD Racing. Like I say, I've never had the TK10. I believe that was a little bit slow, kind of missed the mark a wee bit. But they've obviously taken the feedback. And I think they've overpowered this now. Because, let's say I wouldn't overpowered it. And you're now cooking your ESC and whatever you're using. I mean, if you've got a straight XT60 battery, if you've got one of these and you've used a straight XT60, let me know. Did it absolutely smoke it, and was the motor super hot even on 75%? So yeah, again, I would reiterate that just short of the electronics, PD Racing have done a very, very good job. So let's go and get some silly goose footage. S battery is now depleted. I don't have a microphone in, so hopefully the sound quality is good, but everything is spot on. That was 3S 100%. I've not hidden anything from you. in relation to if there's any sort of bad crashes and whatnot. I might put it in where I've kind of landed really awkwardly on, I think it was this front arm here. Everything seems fine. All fans are still working. You see me do some pretty decent sends. I went and did a wee bit of dirt running as well, and I was going on about the gyro, so I don't know if I'm going to have to go back and read the manual, because we all do that. But looking at damage report wise, you've got a good, there's none. Let me have a look at the bottom. This will be the first time I've had a look. The usual scrapes and scratches as such, but everything seems in place, so I'll get this washed when I get home. But there we go. So yeah, 3S, 100%, a decent run time, and nothing broken, which is always good. And just before I forget, everything is cool, nothing overheating. This is still solid, so honestly I'm a bit stumped, because again, I've only been doing this a year. Leave me a comment, let me know what the crack is with why on 4S that was just absolutely melting, even at 75%. So it would be nice to know, rather than me have to Google it because I'm lazy. A little bit of a noisy transmission, give it that. It seems to be a bit noisier than what it was when it came out the box, but it's still running perfectly fine. Body wise, again, I've not had any massive spills, so maybe a little bit raggedy on the corners, but no massive breaks or massive scratches. And there's your dinner. So this thing, pretty good. Alright, yeah, I'm going to say it for the 97th time that this is a sponsored video, and I don't have to be super nice about it. PD Racing could tell me to go and poke it. It is what it is. I'm just hoping that you've enjoyed the video, and that you'll come back and know that I'm honest about what's going on. Short of the pretty dire electronics in it, but again, I keep on asking, let me know in the comments, have I made a pig's ear of it or not, in relation to what is required when you're putting a 4S in there. Does it need a better ESC? Should it have a higher KV motor to deal with the 4S? I'm going to learn from you in the comments if I've called it wrong. Short of that iffy motor, well, short of like the overheating issue that we had on 4S on 75%, you're going to be hard pushed to find anything better than this for 300 quid. You could be going for, yeah, your bigger brands and whatnot, where you're paying that premium, but you could also get a very, very versatile truck for 300 quid, if not cheaper, if you go for the PD Racing. So pretty decent starter if you're looking for a very robust, very versatile and pretty fast truck. So, when he pops. I'm going to go now because there's loads of people watching me, so I'm a bit embarrassed. You know what to do if you like what you see. Just hit that subscribe button, I suppose, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.